Well, there's another group. Dr. Gatlin mentioned how there was one group that wanted to draw on you as guinea pigs. There's another group that wants to draw on you, but as guides, not guinea pigs. And that actually relates to the fact that very recently the National Science Foundation issued a solicitation, basically where the heart of it is to aid more inclusion of underrepresented minority groups within engineering in two manners. One, in general workforce. Two, and in particular in academia. So that latter track, academia, was one that we were able to respond to, and in doing so, it was actually taking advantage of a great intersection I've had a chance to experience. One is working with Rosario and Archie's location in VPID, and the group in VPID, and just getting a chance to kind of work and see the very impressive profiles. I was a part of that process of a number of the emeriti faculty. And then two, just kind of being in the loop on this type of initiative. And basically, it's meant to be a symbiosis of sorts, kind of a mutual benefit. One, you have a group of underrepresented minorities who are trying to find their way in academia. So these people are, by and large, at least senior doctoral students, maybe postdocs, or in fact, the majority will probably be junior faculty in their formative years. And they may not have as much of the benefit from informal networking. They may not know the ropes as well, even with having had good advisement. So you've got that group, and then you have another group, and I want to actually draw upon a statement that Jim Wallace made earlier, where he said for a number of years about finding out who you want to be. And one of the things that we've noted is that in large part, professionally, you're that person, and that you're active, you're doing what you like to do, and so that sometimes even presents understandable reluctance about entering retirement because you're doing the very thing that is so engaging to you. So what this symbiosis is supposed to be about is basically a coaching and connections opportunity. But what we're doing is we've solicited an initial cohort, and I know it's like an eye chart. I'll spell it out to you quickly. But basically, we've enlisted an initial cohort of emeriti faculty from we tried being at Georgia Tech. You pretty much have all the traditional disciplines and more covered. So we're able to draw from just about, I think, from each discipline, each school in engineering, we're able to draw at least one faculty member to sign up to be willing to be a guide, as mentioned beforehand, for young up-and-coming faculty members. Very likely might be someone in your same discipline, might be someone, maybe that may not be the only connect, but there are different ways that we'll look at doing it. But we want to draw upon that academic wealth that you all have, and you do have a tremendous academic wealth, and understandably so. And this is an opportunity for you to impart that into an up-and-coming group. And so it's been submitted as of last week, as a matter of fact. And again, this isn't as probably as clear to y'all because it's a small font, but it's just an illustration. We have 10 faculty, emeriti faculty. I won't go through the entire list. I'll mention a few. One being Professor Augustine Esserboy, who has done pioneering work. He was the first black full professor here in the College of Engineering in the era of ISYE. We have two that are here. Professor James Jim Mindel, who's had a world of accolades, including, I think the culminating one was receiving the Medal of Honor from IEEE, which is the key professional society within electrical and electronics engineering. We have Dr. Jim Craig, who was mentioned earlier as a legacy winner, who's doing some great things as far as added instructional insights. And then as last but not least, I'm not mentioning all, but even Dr. Ward Weiner, who's actually succeeding Dr. Gatlin with the Silver Jackets and served for many years as departmental chair. So we have quite a who's who, if you will, of emeriti faculty who are lined up to pour into, again, young junior scholars, as we call them, who are coming up into academia. So we look at that as yet another opportunity where it's another outlet for you, again, to give and get, give a lot of the insights that you've had, but also get that experience of that broader impact. And even if you, last point I'll mention, if you look at what Dr. Minder was doing with the aid of Diana Palmer, with contributing back to the next wave of young professionals, I think this will be an excellent example of that. So we look forward to it, and we'll keep you posted as appropriate.